Hi, I'm Ken Oakes with Oakes Daylilies. We're here in East Tennessee and it's mid to late May. And we're just getting some of our earliest bloomers to start to bloom, which we always look forward to each year. So we came up to the growing fields today. We're here next to the growing fields along the Holston River here. And we went through and picked, out of the more than 1,000 varieties that we grow, we've really only got a dozen or maybe a few more blooming already. So we picked some of those. I thought I'd talk about these with you, some of these early bloomers. So one of the great things about daylilies is just a huge variety available, and one of the things that they vary in is what time of the season that they bloom. Now they all bloom in the summer, but there'll be early ones, which for us, like I mentioned, this is mid-May, so these are the earliest bloomers that we've got. And then some of our latest bloomers won't start until late June or even early July. So if you combine early bloomers, mid bloomers, late season bloomers, you can cover a good 2 months at least in there. And then plus some are going to rebloom for you. We'll talk about that some coming up. Now of course, depending on where you live, your season could be, if you live to our south, your early bloomers are going to start earlier. The whole season will be earlier. And vice versa, if you live to our north, your season will be a little bit later. So that's, it's all relative to where you live. So I mentioned one of the great things about daylilies is just a huge variety available. And of course, we talked about bloom season, and color is obviously another way that daylilies vary. You've got everything except for a true blue in daylilies. And so I'm just going to talk about some of the ones that we got that are our earliest bloomers started. This is Snicklefritz, and this is a different shape in a daylily. This is called a double daylily. You can see it's got the extra petals in the middle. I love this creamy form here. And I'll go ahead and mention on this one, because several of these earliest bloomers are rebloomers, and this is a really good rebloomer. So what this means is this is going to bloom its usual 3 to 4 weeks or so right now, and then it may take a break and then bloom again, and that's what rebloom is. Sometimes it will maybe not be a long break. It might bloom and then just keep on going, or it may take a longer break and bloom again later in the summer or even into the fall. And several of the earliest ones tend to be rebloomers, and I think part of the reason is because they start so early, so they've got more time available to rebloom. But we noticed this one as we were picking it, Snicklefritz, is a really fragrant one as well, so that's a nice trait. Now keep in mind on fragrance on daylilies, it's not like a rose, it's more subtle, but this definitely does have a fragrance, and if you get enough daylilies, you'll definitely be able to notice it. So a couple others in this vase here that are good rebloomers. This is Stella d'Oro, which depending on what part of the country you live in, this one is used extensively in landscapes all around where we live, and maybe where you are as well. It's probably the most widely used daylily that there's been, and for good reason. It's got a really nice bright gold color, and it's a really good rebloomer. It stays pretty short, about 18 inches tall, maybe a little taller in the clump, and blooms early, like you see here, and it'll bloom again, and then maybe again and again after that on until fall. So that's a really good trait on this one, Stella d'Oro. And then this one is called Stella's Ruffled Fingers, which I'm guessing, and I don't know this, but it probably has Stella d'Oro in the parentage, sometime in the back. But this is one of the few pink reblooming varieties that we grow, and this is a really good rebloomer in a light pink. And then this one I don't think is a particularly great rebloomer, but it's a really cool little bloom. This is called Little Lemon Twist, and this is what's known as a spider. I talked about the different shapes, Snicklefritz being a double. Well, this is what's known as the spider because of the long thin petals like the legs of a spider. And these are held on pretty tall stems. I'm not sure, 28, 32 inches it looked like when we cut it. So it's a really cool look in the garden. I like putting the spiders next to the regular shaped ones because they just stand out because they're a different shape. So this is Little Lemon Twist. All right, so a few others here. This is Early Bird Cardinal, which is one of the best reblooming reds that we've grown. Really like it, and it's been a consistently good rebloomer for us. The one behind it here, the gold with the red center to it, this is Black-Eyed Stella, and again, probably has Stella d'Oro in the parentage, and is a really nice rebloomer. I think those two pair well. So you take the red there, matches the red in the center, so those might be good together in the landscape. Let's see, a couple down here. I'll pull out. This is Happy Returns, which is a light yellow, very similar in habit to the Stella d'Oro. About the same size, 18, 24 inches tall. Obviously a very early bloomer, and then blooms off and on again throughout the season. So a good rebloomer. Carefree Peach. You see how it got the name there. Light peach color with a little rose halo to it. This is a really good rebloomer as well. This one's maybe a little shorter. Probably maxes out at about 18 inches tall. And then this is one called Lullaby Baby. I don't remember this one always being an early season bloomer, but it was blooming pretty good today, so I went ahead and cut it. So I'm not sure what it's registered at. And it may not always bloom extra early for you, but it really looked good today, so I went ahead and cut a bloom of it. So that's Lullaby Baby. This is a good one. It's an All-American selection. Really popular. So this is a nice one. Lots of blooms on this one, Lullaby Baby. You know, I mentioned earlier that I thought these two might go together there, well, because, you know, the red matches the red center. You'd probably match this one as well. I'd pull that red right there. And of course yellow, I think yellow kind of matches everything. So you do yellow with any color, and then white also tends to match everything, I think. It'll blend with any other color. I do like the looks of this together, this pink and the white, or Lullaby Baby and the Stella's Ruffled Fingers. And then again, see, look, the white and the red looks good too. So I think it's really cool, all the different combinations you can have. It's really up to you which you like, and you just go crazy with it. We do have a photo contest, and we'd love to see, you know, how you arrange your daylilies and work them out in your garden, what you find that looks good together. So you can check that out on our website. That starts in June every year, and we get some really great photos from folks. We'd love to see that. You can put it in the photo contest, or certainly social media, you know, Facebook, Instagram. We love to see all your stuff on there. So I mentioned that you might want to consider planting by season, or at least trying to mix some different season, you know, daylilies into your garden to extend your season. It's easy to find, you know, which daylilies are in which season on our website. You can just go to Shop All or Shop by Season, either way, and you can select for extra early and early, all the way to late and very late. And then you can also select by color. So if you want an early gold or early red, you know, you can select all that stuff on our website. So it's pretty easy to mix and match those together and extend your season. You know, here in our garden, you know, like I say, mid-May, these are blooming, and we'll have blooms until at least mid to late July, and then they kind of wrap up, and we'll get some rebloom after that. But so that's a good 2.5 months for our garden. So we shot a video a couple weeks ago about landscaping with daylilies, and it came to mind because we talked about arranging the colors. You know, in that video I talked also about, you know, by heights and by seasons, so you might want to check that video out. We've grown daylilies for over 40 years, and we love talking about all things daylilies. So if you have any questions or comments, be sure to put them in the comments below, or all of our contact information is on the website. You can reach out to us through that.